Wednesday edition. Anaheim 1 coming up on Saturday night. Lots to talk about today on the Fly Racing Moto 60 show. An hour long of your calls, some predictions, some bench racing, and more. 702-586-7857. Give us a call if you want to talk about Anaheim or really anything on your mind. I see sometimes in YouTube comments on Pulp MX show or the Blair Mathis show, I see people saying, why doesn't Mathis say this? Why doesn't he talk about this? Well, here's your chance. You can go. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. 702-586-7857. Love to talk to you guys about Anaheim 1 and more. It looks like the weather's going to cooperate a little bit. That's nice. Appreciate that. Zach Osborne, Michael Antonovich on the show today. FlyRacing.com. Use code PulpMX when you're checking out FlyRacing.com. Appreciate that. And code PulpMX will save you on women's gear, kids gear. They just signed Vicky Golden, so they're going in big with the DBK/women's stuff. Use the code PulpMX to save. Of course, Cooper Webb, defending Supercross champion, running Fly Racing. And please check that out. Thank you to folks at Fly Racing. Use that code to save, okay? 100% get ASV levers, seat concepts, Maxxis tires, all on board with us, as are you people. 702-586-7857. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Lots to get into when it comes to Anaheim 1. Lots of questions. We'll have some answers after the weekend, but still a lot more questions, I think, as we go forward. These Supercross series, in my experience, they open up kind of wacky. A1's got a lot of weird results over the years, and then they start settling into the pace, and then you get 2 or 3 guys fighting for the title near the end of the year, and everybody else kind of, just tries to do their best. So it's one of those things we will have to wait a little bit of time to see exactly what's going on. So again, thanks to the folks at Fly Racing. 100% get ASV levers, seat concepts, Maxxis tires. Maxxis.com for more information on that. The PRMX guys are coming in strong. I heard they had Luke Clout. I reached out to somebody to ask, and I didn't get an answer back, but they were working on getting Luke Clout there at PRMX for his Maxxis tires. But if not, they got Kay Clayson, they got Jack Chambers, and more over there at PRMX.com. Mitchell Harrison, of course. Maxxis.com for more information. Great mountain bike tires as well at Maxxis guys. And, like I said, get seat concepts 100% all on board with us. Taking your calls over there in the corner, starting off 2026 with the wrong intro.
Not my fault.
And asking for free stuff.
Yes.
It's like you never left. The Tis Legendary Tis, what's up?
I'm back, baby.
It's happening,
excited,
buddy.
yes.
Everything good?
New year, same old me.
Yep. I got to say, man, sometimes your enthusiasm is too much. Sometimes you need to back it down.
Sorry about that. Yep. I'll dial that down then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you got
it. Working the cameras there, coming in with, it's a new year, and it's a new Travis Marks. What's up, Marks Dog?
Hello, Steven.
What's happening?
I'm so happy to be here.
Are you really?
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
That's just my favorite place to be midweek, midday.
PulpMX Fantasy signups are open. You can play the Survivor game in any state. It doesn't matter.
In any country.
In any country, in any state. It's a free game. You and your jerky buddies can figure this out. And it's a real free game to play. It's fun. Marks, are you worried about the free game dragging servers down and shit?
No,
you know what I mean?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Nope.
But if you want to play and win a chance to win 4 Yamahas, weekly prizes from Fly, and get 100% and all of that, you can sign up for $39.99 on PulpMXFantasy.com. We're giving away 2 Yamahas for random entries. You don't even have to be that good at the game to play. It's really a fun way to play Supercross and Motocross and SMX. PulpMXFantasy.com. Signups are open. The prize for A1 is a Cooper Webb jersey. Yeah, #1 jersey from Fly Racing. That's the prize for Anaheim 1. So that's awesome to have that up for grabs. Signups are open. It's Wednesday today. Sign up. Appreciate that. PulpMXFantasy.com. Make Supercross exciting again, I guess, Marks. Is what they say?
I think that's one way to put it. That's exciting.
That LCQs. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Can't do it, man.
It's something else. Well, like you said, it keeps it exciting.
New strategy for me this year.
Let's hear it.
And I say this every year, but I really think I'm going to do it this year.
No, I'm very interested.
No more wild swings, man. No more wild swings.
Got to be consistent.
Like Colt Nichols, welcome aboard.
Oh, okay.
You
also have to get some points.
No, because we do this, we work this out, Marks, every single goddamn year. If you just finish with 220 points.
Yeah, you got to be consistently good.
You win.
Not good, but just to have no zeros, I think, is the key.
Yeah, I'm not having zeros.
Yeah.
I'm playing it safe, man.
I look forward to seeing how this plays out.
No, I'm not picking, Cade. Cade's out.
That's
I don't care where he qualifies because Cade can qualify well. Cade can jump shit. Cade can put a fast lap in. But I'm sorry. I need to see Cade every single week in the main events before I'm picking
It's called being a fucking friend. You should try it sometime.
Sorry, Cade.
Yeah, I'm sad that you're not on the pod this year because I already heard how it started, and they're talking crap.
They are?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
They're saying that they're the 3 best guys.
But that's false.
They're the 3
I
best
have beaten
guys.
Paul I think 4 series in a row.
Well, with your new strategy and on top of that comment, I would have loved to have seen how this played out.
But do you agree with
the
me?
banter on the
You
pod.
agree with me, right? I've got second, thirds.
I need to look at the stats.
I don't think I've been last for a while.
No, that's usually me.
Yeah,
I think
that's a good point.
I think I covered that for the group.
Yeah, okay, good point. Those guys, man, a bunch of assholes.
So
PulpMX Fantasy Pod dropped as well this morning, so please check that out. 702
picks her up. Picks her up.
Oh, picks her up. That's right. I should have promoted that. Yeah, picks her up.
Picks her up.
Do we like the handicaps? I gotta look. Okay.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm just playing it safe, man.
It's tough for round 1, but they're good. And don't forget to pick your survivor picks because that was oddly stressful already as well. So
that's also safe, man.
fantastic.
And I'll tell you who's on the cutting block for playing it safe. I think I'm good, but I'm watching him. Is Benny.
Mm-hmm.
Benny's on the fucking chopping block, bro.
I think I saw you have him in one of your survivor picks.
No. That was random, just because you said pick a guy.
I wanted everyone to go pick someone.
Literally, Benny was B. You know what I mean?
I saw Benny. I was like, oh, okay.
No. That's just because it was like A, B.
Okay.
Benny's the only name guy. So yeah. No.
Well, I'll look forward to seeing what you pick next.
All right. Sounds good. 702-586-7857. We're giving away a pair of goggles today from the guys at 100%. Official goggle of. I saw Malcolm Stewart's in them now. He was wearing Scott's. Now he's at 100%. So, official goggle of Malcolm Stewart and many more. All right, let's get to our guest here. The man, the myth, the legend. He's been in studio a few times. Michael Antonovich. What's up, Anton?
How are we doing, guys?
Thanks for putting up with the fantasy talk early on.
Oh, yeah, no, I love it. Just to hear Marks, though. I don't get to hear Marks enough.
Oh, my God, dude.
Love you, Anton.
Did you
Super dad. Super dad. That's right.
At some point on Monday, Lewis went into a impassioned plea that Marks needs more money and he's going to get hired away by a bigger, better media company.
I'll see how our budget's looking, Marks. Our paternity time, top notch.
I said I got one inquiry already before the end of the show. I am up to 2.
Wait, you got one inquiry?
I'm up to 2, Steve. So the bidding has begun.
The guy in the corner will step right into your spot. No problem.
No problem, huh?
No problem. He can code. He can do it all. He can pour concrete.
Yeah. He's much more well-rounded than I am.
Do you think he could actually pour concrete, though? Does he know how to?
Yes. I can. Believe it or not, I can.
As quick as he was to jump in there, I'm going to say maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, Anton, what's your 2026 deal? Do we have some exciting news at all for you? Like, did you pick up any gigs? Are you doing some things? What are we doing?
So, yeah, some things business as usual. I'll be back to looking after Justin Cooper's HJC helmet over at the Yamaha truck, the O'Neill gear guy again, so always fun with that. Waiting on a couple other things to see if they're going to come through, but just got announced on Monday. I've joined Ricky and Ryan as their on-the-track correspondent for Title 24, so that's pretty good.
Oh,
yeah.
We're competitors now.
In a way. But, I'm everybody's homie. I can do whatever I need to do for almost everybody. So, yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm excited for that. We've been trying for that last year.
Yeah, I do remember
that. Did a couple trial runs and all that stuff, and got to come work out. Knowing now, like, hey, this is a full-scale NBC production. They have a lot of hands into it, so I understand where the delay comes from. But then just to see how it's put together, to see what it's going to get to do, and then just that little nod of the cap from those two guys plus the big company of like, hey, go get some content for us and make it look nice.
You'll do a good job. I know you will. You're awesome. But have you informed the track talkers?
I need to have a talk with Adam about some things. I've been laying low lately. I think as anybody has seen, I haven't. This is the first time, other than on Monday, that I poked my head out of the ground since we came home from the Nations. So I've been not looking at my telephone for weeks.
We got to get track talkers. Yeah, we got to handle them. Those guys are great too.
They're great. That's my fam. That's the brothers. I'm the cousin.
Okay, all right. Michael Antonovich here. Anaheim 1 is here. The weather should be nicer than what we thought. We may even see some riding on Friday on press day. I'm hoping anyways. Do you think – okay, so I have the least amount of questions about Cooper Webb. I just feel like, yeah, he's not happy with the 26, but he'll get there. And if not, bust out the 25. So I don't have a lot of questions about Cooper Webb, but I don't have a lot of questions about Ken Roxon for obvious reasons. But Tomac Sexton, who are you more sure about? Tomac Sexton, Anton. Who are you more like, yep, I'm good? Because I got questions for both of those guys.
I mean, it's not really as much questions. It's just like intrigue of just how's it going to go through, because it's two completely different scenarios. It's Eli in a place we never thought he would be, Chase in a place that we've known he would be at for quite some time, like, even a couple years ago. I think that Howie was an option, whatever. But just to see how these two things go, I really don't have as many questions, because I look at them, although they're completely different in the same way. Like, they just got to go out and perform right now. I know everybody has said all the stuff of, Eli did 2 races and he has all of that information in his pocket, and Chase hasn't done anything, but they've been doing the work. They know what's going to happen. It'll just the intrigue to see play out. I really don't know, because they both know how to show up and do it. Chase could win Anaheim 1. Eli could win Anaheim 1.
Yeah, no, listen, I don't
do it in dominating fashion.
I don't like these answers. You're playing it too JT.
I understand I'm playing the safe game, but I really they're the same in my eyes. Like, hey, 2 dudes on new bikes, very experienced staffs around them, know what they both have to do, both have a lot of pressure on them. I have no expectation other than for them to go out and do it. They could I see them on the podium.
Okay, so
both of them.
To me, and I'm not saying like this in a negative way, but with the way Eli rides, with the problems that Chase had with the shock and other things going on, and his clutch abuse and everything else, I got more questions about Tomac and his bike than I do with Sexton and the bike.
Yeah, I could see that. I definitely understand where the questions of that, and just even how Eli's riding style on that bike translates. Because, that's been the fun thing to watch in the handful of clips that I've seen, or the 2 races that I saw. It looks like, I wouldn't say busy, but you can tell there's a lot of moving. Like, he is putting a lot of energy into that bike, and it'll be interesting to see how that thing reacts to it for sure.
Okay, yeah, I think that, to me, I've said this since the end of the year, KTM is a gold standard team. Look what they did with Dunge and that bike and over the years, but they have some, and I think Ian Harrison would agree, they have some work to prove. Like, they had a rider just refuse to ride because the damn shock, and Tomac's so hard on bikes. So to me, KTM has some answers too. Like, I'm not worried about Cowie. The Prado thing I do not put on Cowie at all. And they're a solid team, and Dan Fahey, Theo Lockwood is Chase's crew chief. Like, they're dialed to me. But KTM team has questions.
Yeah, no, and I understand that, completely agree, because I think that's been the biggest question since last summer, of when we knew Eli was going there, and then those things started rearing their head, and it became of how's that going to go? How's this going to go? And it's just got to be wait to see to play out, because as far as I know, we haven't really gotten any hardcore answers in the last little bit from those 2 races. If Eli's hard riding is why the thing did what it did, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're not going to say that yet, but then when we have a 17 race example to see how that plays out, then we'll have a book of information to play off of. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I get what you're saying. I get and agree with you that big question mark to have one of the most intense riders that we've seen in the last 10 years get on a bike that in the last little bit has shown it does have a tipping point.
He's hard on bikes.
But this is another thing to bring back, though. Remember when Chase was on the Honda years ago, and it became this question of is it the bike or is it him? And it's almost that same thing of how much can a bike take from these top of the pinnacle sport athletes until they go the other way. I heard what you guys said, and I completely agree on Monday's show when Ricky was on about you're never going to find the perfect setup. You're never going to find the thing that makes the bike work everywhere. However, when you start pushing it into the extremes and into really tight margins, it seems like there is a razor's edge of the performance window's there, but once it can only be active in that way for so long until it explodes. You know what I mean? And I don't say mechanical explodes, but it just the energy has to go somewhere, and it springs up in a weird way.
Right. All right. So, one thing about the Honda, though, definitely is Chase said he kind of wished he would have handled the Honda departure a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, Chase said that. So, I think the Honda thing's a little not totally apples to apples on that. So, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked other people on my shows and the Racer X preview and everything else. For me, the championship pie is Sexton 33%, Webb 30%, Eli 25%. I'll give Roxon a little bit. I'll give Hunter a little bit. Do you agree with that order and that percent? How would yours look, Anton, for the Supercross title?
Defending champions always got to get a little bit of a nod. Like, Coop knows how to do it 3 times. So I'm pretty even with you on all your percentages, but I would have to give Cooper the nod to have the majority for it right now, just because he knows how to do it. He, other than the bike, he has the least amount of change compared to everybody else in the program, other than Kenny. But Kenny's in his own unique situation. But of the 3 guys, him, Chase, Eli, he has the least big variables against him with the team changes. And he doesn't have the issues that he had last year coming in from, like, that thumb injury. Like, you watch a 2025 race, especially in the main event, as soon as he comes off from an intense one, you can see him kind of hold his hand that way. And we knew that was something that he had to work through all through last year to still win a championship. As far as I know, he has a clean bill of health for right now. So if that's one less thing to worry about, you got to even give just that little bit of an advantage to Coop, too.
But I know what you're saying, defending champ, and Coop's a badass. But 7 wins for Sexton last year,
Oh yeah, no, I get it, and
But
wins in the past too.
This is why sports talk radio is great. You and I can debate this, and we both have points. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's no right or wrong here for sure. I'm interested. I think Tomac's really going to be interesting to see. Are you with me, Anton, that Kenny somehow winning this thing would be the coolest thing ever?
Oh, it would be just a complete, like, every time that Kenny has a big success in the last 6 years now since it all has happened, it just feels like, oh my God, how does the feel-good story get any better? And to see how well he's been riding lately, to see the comfortability he has just in being himself and the program that's around him in the motorcycle and doing his routine, staying in that little window at the races, even when he doesn't feel well, like we saw at those World Supercross rounds, he still gets the job done. It's not like it's a spiral like it had been in very extreme instances in years past. I would love to see Kenny get it done and be in the hunt for more, because he needs that validation. He not validation, but justification of, like, hey, you earned it. You've done it for so long. That's how it should come. And he looks more prepared than ever.
The one thing, and I've been on some teams, so I know this for a fact, and I don't expect this to happen, but you want to be a top guy on your team. You just want to be. It's the way it is, and it's a little bit of an ego thing. It's also a little bit of like, look, no one's beating me on the same bike, et cetera, et cetera. Jason's been his first time he's had a real challenger for this. Now, again, I don't expect Jason to beat Kenny, but if Jason starts beating Kenny, that's interesting. That's an interesting dynamic, Anton.
You know what would make that even another thing to add to? I've only watched like 2 videos other than the races that have come up this year, and one of them was that Levi video from right before Christmas. They're training together too, so any kind of information that they have going back and forth at Sandbox is right there. And I thought that was an interesting dynamic, just given the World Supercross stuff, that Joey and Jason battling for the title are burning laps together during the week when they're there together too. Like, those guys, I think at this point, especially when you're 30s, you have multiple kids, you have like everything battened down. Do you have to be that competitive with everybody? Yeah, we'll see. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when that's somebody you got to go face at the truck, at the team meeting, and then at the test track on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You got a good point there. By the way, PulpMX 30, the code to save at 100%. Jet Lawrence running their goggles, of course. Cooper Webb, the defending champion. Chance Hymas and others running 100% goggles. PulpMX 30 is the code to save with 100%. And they got casual wear. They got sunglasses for sports. They got casual wear sunglasses. PulpMX 30 code to save at 100%. And Seat Concepts, our guy Max. PulpMX 26 to save 15% off Seat Concepts. Factory Beta, Phoenix Racing, ride the world with them. They got the tour, the tour stuff. They've made their name in like the touring end of world, but they are in Moto too. Race 2.0 Comfort Series, proprietary foam and handcrafted seat shapes are made in the USA and put you and your ass in a better spot. Seat Concepts code PulpMX26, 100% code PulpMX30 saves you with those guys. Michael Antonovich on the show from Title 2-4, from HJC Helmet Service, from God knows what else. Yeah.
Course heading, dog.
Course heading. Okay. All right. Let's throw it out there.
It's It's still there. It's still there.
Right.
Don't worry.
So really should have ran this by you before the show, but doing it now. Most underrated rider for you in Supercross 26 450 class?
J. Coop.
J. Coop, yeah.
I mean, I understand that sounds so heavily biased, but again, he's a machine. He is a machine, and it's pretty unbelievable to think that guy's just been logging it as quickly as he has in every way, shape, and form, indoors, outdoors, week in, week out, around the world, just doing it. And then what Phil said the other night on your show, if you look at the segment times, he's usually around top 3, top 5. So he's got some speed, too. I think that it's just a matter of thanks, buddy. It's just a matter of how we talk about all the time. How do you put a win together? Because there's other guys that have to put together wins too. J. Coop, and watching it firsthand, watching it from the position that I was in, putting together a good afternoon and then a good whole event, then getting a good heat race and then translating that into a podium, leading laps. It is a building block. Like, you have to watch someone build all the time. To see someone just dive right in, be a front runner right off the rip, that's such a rare thing.
So I think Hunter gets a win before J. Coop. You're going to lean J. Coop for the win?
No, I think I think Hunter gets a win before J. Coop too.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Two different dynamics because of look at Hunter's book of work over the last little bit. A lot of 250 race wins. He knows how to win championships. He knows how to deal with pressure. He's been in the SMX stuff. He's won those. I mean, it's not a supercross race, but he knows how to beat that field. And it's the same guys you're racing, just in a slightly different track.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. Like, there is a chance, like, that J. Coop, I think more of a chance of Hunter, but there's a chance one of these guys, it's their third year, the light goes on, and they get multiple wins and top 3 in points. And then going to 27, one of them is a guy. You know?
Now, I'm forgetting. Oh, no, I completely agree.
Yeah.
But I'm forgetting. Did J. Coop get top 3 in points last year?
Yes, I believe he did.
So, I mean, that's just the next thing.
Wins. He needs wins.
You know, you need that, and then that's another big slice of the pie because all the guys that he did beat
Malcolm might have got it. Marks, who got third in the points last year? Malcolm might have got him at the end.
Nobody knows.
Okay. Marks is going to check. Your guy, Marks. We'll check. Why can't Marks be my guy?
That shit last year.
Why can't Marks be my guy? Why is he always...
He is your guy.
Lewis's guy or your guy. All right. Okay, let's get some phone calls here while Marks checks that up. By the way, Fly Racing code is PulpMX at flyracing.com to save with those guys. Shad's on 3 talking about... Shad wants to talk about Chad. What's up, Shad?
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Can
Good.
you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man. Thanks for calling the Fly Racing Moto 60 show.
Thank you. Yeah, so they just announced that Chad Reed is Director of Performance for Club MX.
I saw that.
Fantasy, yeah, pretty exciting. Fantasy purposes, who's gonna gain the biggest impact from that?
Well, I heard Yoder got hurt, actually, and I don't know his status for A1, so it's really Max Voland. And, I mean, I like Yoder, but I think Max is a better rider than Hunter Yoder, so I'll go Max Voland is the obvious answer to me, Shad, for that.
Okay, and then East Coast?
East Coast is interesting for sure because I like Cody Schock a lot. I think he's underrated. And then Devin Simonson's awesome too, but Chad's going to work with the dudes that are podium guys, and that's Max and Cody. He's going to do his best work, I should say, with those guys. Anton, do you agree?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yoder is a sponge. Like, Hunter really does try to soak up as much as he can. He's been around a lot of people in really good teams since he was a young guy, so he knows what it takes. And then, I mean, we know that Max is just the Voland family prodigy that they've been working for years. Mm-hmm. So I think both of them really good. I didn't know Hunter was hurt. Like, again, I haven't really been following everything like that. But I think that just like Max's approach to all of it, how many different people he has giving input, having Chad in that position too, it's just another outlet to take it in. And then Cody Schock is such a workhorse. I think that he would just love the chance to work with someone of Chad's capability. So anytime you get that, you're going to listen.
Thanks, Shad. Appreciate the call. J. Coop beat Malcolm by 4 points for third in the points. So, all right, Mike's on 2. What's up, Mike? Thanks for calling the show.
What's up, Steve? So the whole whoops name thing. I'm with you on the whoops name is terrible, and we should
Jitters?
come up with something better.
Jitters?
Yeah, well, I was going to say jitters is kind of the same problem as whoops. Like, the way I was looking at it is, you mentioned like tabletops and dragon's back. Like, you could actually draw that.
Triples, quads, all that.
Yeah, you can't draw a jitter on a piece of paper.
No.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
So I was thinking maybe humps.
Humps. Huh. What do you think, Marks? Jitters or humps?
If you go with humps, everyone's just going to be singing that Fergie
The Fergie song. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, my humps.
My humps, my humps.
I mean, look,
Someone else
jitters,
on,
jitters
on
isn't great.
Someone on YouTube mentioned the washboards or
Rockers. Rockers was the name back in the day.
Rockers was another one too.
Rockers are, again, you can't draw a rocker, right? I would draw Brett
Right,
Michaels.
that was what I said.
Jitters ain't great either, but I'm putting that on Lou. Lou made that up.
Yeah.
Anton, we need a new name for whoops. Whoops are dumb, the name.
Didn't they say it was like Whoop-De-Chews, like it was sponsored by something, and that's where it came from?
Yeah, back in the day. Right, back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, Mike, I like this question, though. You want a pair of 100% goggles?
I would love some, yeah.
All right, stay on hold, all right? Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, let's get to call one. That's Kyle. Kyle, what's up? Thanks for calling the Fly Race and Moto 60 show.
Hey, so my question was, who do you think is going to be rounding out the bottom of the pack for the factory guys, and how does it look to manufacturers that they're riding for when it comes to that? Because I see dudes like Craig and Savacci and even possibly McElrath beating like a decent amount of factory guys this year, and I don't.
Who do you think will be last factory guy? Like, do you count Nichols as a factory guy?
I'm going to say yes on the Suzuki team. I mean, like, because, even like the beta guys, those aren't even, they're not 100% factory, but I consider them factory because they're the only betas out there.
Yeah, beta guys will get mad if you say that they're not factory. It's a great question. I don't mind. I like this question. Too bad we don't got two pair of goggles to give you. I think Craig and Savacci are really talented, man. So I'm with you that they will beat Oldenburgs and Blosses and Nichols and these guys at times, or more often than not, they will beat those guys. What do you think, Anton?
Is this just Anaheim 1, or is this season?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay, so we talk about this all the time of just how, like, oddball Anaheim 1 is, and especially as you've heard so many top-level racers in the last few weeks say that they just want to get through it in the main event. I think that factories, as long as they have the bikes in the main event, and then if you can get top 10, ideally, like, that's what you're shooting for. Anything after that, I think, like, if you're in the LCQ and you don't make it, that's an abject failure for sure. But the standard of, like, what's a good finish for a factory guy, really to get through Anaheim 1's, like, I think for a lot of people, just make it in and don't have a big incident define your night.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, we're just getting through it. Yep. And
then to get longer into the season, Joey's good. Like, I really see Joey being like top 10 in points when all of this is over, because he can do it. He can just do a lot of really, really good laps and show speed, and he doesn't seem to be as mistake prone as he was earlier in his career, or dealing with like the nagging, lingering wrist injuries that were really complicated. Like, he seems pretty healthy right now. So yeah, it's just kind of an interesting thing, because you're really slicing everybody thin. Like, when you really look at lap times on Saturday, it's tenths of a second, and fractions, and it's even closer now. And I know that doesn't sound like a great answer, but it comes down to who's there now, because if they're not at the race and guys miss it, that's the thing. Like, who's going to make a mistake that knocks them out? Because that's all I'm really seeing anymore, is who makes big mistakes and who doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, I you know what? Colt Nichols is better than what he's been showing. I don't quite know. I really like Colt. I think everybody who deals with Colt likes him. He's a really nice guy, cool dude. I love his retro shirts. He's better than what he's been showing. He's really, he was basically beating the privateers last year, but far off the factory guys.
Right.
So, he's got to be better. I hope.
Yeah. What do you think of, because like a big guy a big question mark for that is Faulkner coming in.
Dude,
where do you think he's going to sit?
I think he's around Colt. I think he's somewhere around there.
Yeah, right?
450.
Yeah.
But there's no pressure on Faulkner. He's jumped up late. He's filling a spot for him. I don't think there any sort of factory pressure on Forkner to do, crushing it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he is going to put it on himself, though, because even in his Instagram post, he said basically he kind of alluded to that if he does well, then he'll just continue out the season on the 450.
Yeah.
So my fear is that he gets in there, he puts the pressure on himself, and then he messes up, or he does what he did before at the beginning of last year where he's just too hesitant because he's kind of nervous, and then he ends up messing up. I don't know,
Yeah, no, that's good
but
points.
Seeing him... Yeah. I'm sorry, keep going.
Well, it's good points what you make about him. Anton, what do you think about Forkner?
I think it's just be it, do it, represent the 450 factory really well. Don't have any big issues or instances or anything like that go on. I don't think that they're putting any pressure on him. I think it's just go do it. I think Jordan would have a little bit higher expectation, but they don't have that for Austin right now.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, man.
One thing I wanted to say
go ahead, Anton.
In relation to this conversation too, because I agree with what you said on Colt, and I put Shane and him and Joey, like those are three guys that this year I will really be watching because they're good. They are really good. Top 5, top 7 guys, if everything can line up. Like we've seen it come on before. They can do some of the fastest lap times. And the three of them have, if you really pay attention and watch, have had really similar careers in the last little bit where they've done whatever they can to go racing, riding different bikes, racing in different places, hopping teams, being privateers when they need to be. And how they've had to rebuild themselves is pretty impressive. And it seems like all three are in good teams right now. 2 at Quad Block Honda, 1 at Suzuki with really good guys around them. If they can just settle in, learn, keep it mistake-free, get the bike in a good window, those are 3 dudes that you should really be watching all year. Like for all your people that watch fantasy, like if they can keep it 2 wheels down and just charging ahead every weekend, those could be 3 big surprises and feel-good stories because God knows they've been working on it for the last 3 years.
Yeah, absolutely. No, well said for sure. It'd be awesome to see Christian sort of correct this downward slide he's been on, and he looked awesome at World Supercross, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Anton, I'm going to let you go, but before we do, your winners for A1, both classes, please.
Hayden and Sexton.
Okay, I think that's mine too.
Yeah. It's pretty standard. I don't think we're going to see a crazy one. Like a week ago, 10 days ago, when the weather was looking like it was, I was like, wow, this is just going to be a brutal day and survival of the fittest. But with how it looks like it's been the last couple days, like you said at the top of the show, they'll probably get riding in on Friday for sure. Track might even be a little dry. I'm interested to see how a very early start time races and all of that. But I'm really interested to see who are the guys that fill out like the Kyle Chisholm spots or the top finishing privateers that bump out a factory guy to make it on a 450 main event on Saturday night, or who is the 250 kid that's just been burning laps that we're just like, oh, check that out. That's the stuff that's going to be fun for Saturday.
Yeah. No, it should be fun. 3:30 night show start. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Sorry about the noise, too. It was the last day with the kid before I got to jump on the plane tonight.
No,
so I know
you're
there
good.
was a lot of fire truck sounds and blowing kisses at dogs.
You're good. Don't worry about it. Course heading, HJC helmet service, Title 24. It's all there for Anton. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
See you guys.
Thank you. That's Michael Antonovich, of course, from those things. And Fly Racing Moto 60 show, code PulpMX to save with Fly Racing. And don't forget, 100% Get, ASV levers, Seat Concepts, Maxxis tires, all on board with us. Use the codes, Pulp26 at Seat Concepts, PulpMX30 at 100%. Email us to use the form on to save on Get. PulpMX code, all caps, at ASV levers. The inventors of the original unbreakable adjustable motocross lever. Check out asvinventions.com. Use the code PulpMX. Used and tested by AMA Pro Racers. Speaking of AMA Pro Racer, let's get to one that used to be. National champion, Supercross champion, Beta ambassador. Back for another year on Moto 60, the Zach Osborne. What's up, Zacho?
Just landed, Steve, in L.A. Ready to rip.
You know, I just remembered I got to pay you for your time here on the Moto 60 show. I never did pay you for 2026.
Well, I bought a new phone, so you better pay me quick.
Okay, and then I owe Tits money, too. He's been all over me as well.
Golly.
And
Mark's, too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, Zacho, first of all, have you been doing much with Dylan and Joey still?
Not Joey. Joey stayed with Ryan. We parted ways. He
Okay.
was trying to downsize a little bit. So Joey stayed with Ryan. I still have Dylan and Shane and actually Mitchell Oldenburg now.
Yeah, saw that. Yeah.
And then still the PRMX guys, Jack, and then the two younger kids there that are on the 250 that are coming up this year. So still super involved, been at the track a lot lately. And it's been a solid off season for everyone. I'm looking forward to where we stack up.
All right, Dylan on the Ducati. He's gone on the record. He loves this thing. They just did the intro last night, and people that were there told me that Dylan did not back down from that. Simply loves this chassis, loves this frame. Now, I would come back with, well, you guys aren't testing. You don't have everything you need for the motor yet, and you're going to add horsepower and add things to the motor, which will make your chassis change. But, hey, cool, Dylan. He's in love with the chassis. Is that still the case for you, Zacho?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's been pretty happy with it from day one. He hasn't really complained, which I'm not going to say he's a complainer, but I'm not going to say he's not a complainer sometimes. Not a complainer, like he just likes things the way he likes it, and he's very particular. It's been kind of refreshing to see him just jump on it and be comfortable and feel like he's in a good enough spot to just kind of go racing.
Yeah, no, it should be interesting to see. I'm looking for – it's so cool that Ducati's here, Barsha and Ferrandis. I just love the fact that the brand is in Supercross. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is. I think the whole program looks cool. Obviously with Troy's influence and stuff, it's easy to make it look insane because he's just that guy. So I think it's going to be a really cool program. It already is, but I think it's going to build over the next few years.
I didn't know you weren't working with Joey, but I think the battle with Joey, Christian, and Shane should be interesting, dude. That should be a spicy meatball.
Inter-team rivalry. It's going to be pretty heavy.
Because you know what it's like being on a team. I mentioned it 10 minutes ago. You want to be the best guy on your team, at least.
Absolutely. I mean, Jason and I had some of the most heated battles that I've ever had with anyone, when we were teammates. And we always kind of just wanted that little bit of extra to beat your teammate, right? You always want to be the top dog on the team, no matter what. So, that's an interesting little space to watch, I think.
Shane's offseason didn't go nearly as good as the last offseason. Now, obviously, he was in a different class than he's racing Anaheim 1. But do we worry about that? Do we think Shane's in a good spot like he was coming into 2025? Does he have some work to do?
I don't know about that being in a good spot coming into 2025. I think we're in a way better position with a lot more motos and laps and, just in a better spot fitness-wise. Like, coming into 2025, I think he had done like 4 days on the bike before Anaheim 1. It kind of gets lost because the end of his season was super good. But last year at the first round, I think he was like 14th a lap down, So I think he's a builder. I think he's in a good spot to go out and find his feet and, get going and build into the season again. It's just tough when, there were really 3 or 4 weeks in the end of November and beginning December where he only did the race on the weekend. So, these guys are here digging laps and I understand it's a huge financial boost for Shane. So I understand his position, but you also can't expect to be on the same level of those guys who have been here in the States doing their thing, grinding it out and are, 100% prepared. So I have a little bit tempered expectations for him to begin the season, but I think we can get back to where we were at the end of last year.
And then you probably can't even talk publicly about this, but I'm going to ask you anyways. How far behind are the Ducati guys on getting where they need to be for the bike, parts-wise and testing-wise?
That I genuinely don't know.
Oh, here we go. Zach.
No. Honestly, I would tell you. I don't think they have a ton of parts, like extra parts, but I think that they're where they want to be as far as the bike goes, like going racing.
Okay.
I don't think that they're missing we're waiting on this to come so we can do this. I think they're in a good spot from what I from what I know, from what Dylan told me. They are like, hey, kind of keep an eye on what you're using, but they're not like, oh, don't ride today.
Sorry. I meant more. I meant more like what everything they want to run through, all the cams, all the pistons, all the things they want to run through. They haven't had all that yet. I don't mean sort of the durability of parts. Changing of parts.
Well, I think Dylan's done almost 3 weeks out here in California, so I think they've done a lot, and he's been through a lot of stuff and tried a lot of stuff. So I don't think that they're, I'm sure everybody wishes they had another month, right? In their situation, when it's a startup team and a new bike with, no real Supercross experience, like they're going to want an extra month, but I think they're in a fine spot.
Okay. Hey, we got a call on Devin's on 3 about the Dunlop Scoop. We're starting Scoop Talk early. What's up, Devin?
Golly. Sorry. Hey, so I've ridden the MX-14 on motocross, and I can definitely see why the guys struggle in the corners with it and don't want to ride it on Supercross a lot. But I did hear whispers that they have a new scoop that they're testing. I don't know if it's I don't know how the same or different it is.
I don't know, man. They came out with one last season midway through, Zacho. Was it outdoors or indoors? Yeah.
The 82?
No, not the 82. More the scoop. They worked on the side knobs or something.
But
maybe this is something even more newer than that, Devin. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember what show I heard it on or who said it, but I'm pretty sure it was AC or JB said that they have a new version they were testing. But my question is if it does get better side bite, do you think that a lot of guys will adopt that for Supercross?
Oh, yeah. Right, Zacho? Like, if that's the one thing you could fix, that's it.
Yeah, I think so. But I also think that eventually it's going to drive some sort of, like, not scoop platform that's like, why are we doing this, right? Like, why are they choosing this tire? And I think it's because the center knob rolls so much, but it's durable, right? Like, it's like those off-road guys riding trials tires, but, I mean, now they're riding the scoop.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think at some point it's going to drive a conversation of, like, how do we change a normal knobby tire to have this, what these guys are feeling or what this benefit is that they're getting, is kind of my hope, because, like, scoop tire and Supercross is a little silly, and I think it gets a little sketchy running it week in and week out. Like, I think, of course, there's certain applications you can run it and it'll be fine, but there's places where it's going to be marginal whether you can run it in the whoops, but it's so much better on the track, you're going to take that risk.
Yep.
That's what I don't like about it in Supercross. Outdoors, don't talk to me about the scoop tire. Don't care. It is what it is. Let them run it.
Okay, yeah. All right, Devin. I'll ask JB or AC about that when I see him this weekend, because that is interesting. Because I know they just, like I said, they just came out with one halfway through the year or early last year, and everybody loved that with the side knob stuff. So, yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Zacho, let me put you back into your racing days. I mean, I don't know how realistic it was for you to be a Supercross winning guy, but I'm sure you went into the year, I'm going to win a bunch of races. I'm going to be a guy, a podium guy, top 5, because that's the level you were at and hoping to be at. Didn't always get there. But was Anaheim 1 I think I know this because, I mean, you literally used to throw up on the starting line, but were you a bundle of nerves? Did you ever feel ready? Did you feel more ready than other years based on off-season stuff? Like, what kind of Anaheim 1 guy were you?
Yeah, well, I only had one 450 Anaheim 1, which was 2020, and I really should not have raced because I was so sick. So that kind of took away from the luster and the nerves of it, because I was just trying to survive.
Right.
But it's a special race. I mean, still, I went last year, and just opening ceremonies and the goosebumps that you get, and just the build up and the hype. There's honestly nothing like it in the sport.
Yeah, it is something else. So many guys. As a mechanic, I remember it being just flying by because all the sponsors are there. Everyone comes up. The riders' times. You guys are yanked 800 different ways at Anaheim 1, right? So
yeah. It's the biggest race. It's the biggest race of the year in America, in my opinion. I still think Designations is the biggest race of the year, but other than that, it's Anaheim 1.
Yeah. I think I would agree. It's tough, and you look at some guys like Tomac started January slow. Webb never comes out firing at A1. Always a bit weird Anaheim 1s with results. Not last year so much with Chase just taking off, but yeah, it's never really been an indication of the season. Not always.
No.
Yeah.
It's not. There's a lot of factors, like you said, people being pulled in different directions, and so many different things that happen at A1 than on a normal weekend. I think it's hard to take a ton of gauge out of it. Like, of course, there's going to be a winner, and somebody's going to find some momentum, but past that, I don't know that it's like a season indicator.
Yeah. How many do you think you're going to go for your different guys and beta and everything else? Do you have your schedule done, or do we know?
Well, I'm going to A1, A2, Daytona. I signed my son up for KJSC, so I'm hoping he gets in either Nashville or Indy.
Oh, well, hey, listen, it's a random draw, Zach, so good luck. I mean,
I know.
It's a random draw, totally random.
I'm hopeful.
Yep. Nobody knows if your kid will get in. Nobody knows.
I'm hopeful. So, yeah, past that, I don't really have much of a plan. Yeah, I'm available. The boys know that. If they want me to come, they just ask, and I'll come.
All right, so 250 class with Zach Osborne here on the Fly Race and Moto 60 show. Deegan's the favorite. There's no doubt. If you've got to look at race winners, I would say Kitchen, Anstey, Deegan, and McAdoo can win or will win. Hymas, I'm on the fence about, but the title comes down to Anstey, Kitchen, or Deegan, and Deegan's my favorite. Did I say anything outrageous there, Zacho, to you?
No, I think that's perfectly in line with what I think. Max, he is so solid right up until something funky happens. Mm-hmm. So, if Hayden has some wild moments like he did last year and, gets in a hole and Max is consistent, then maybe he can win the title, but it's a long shot.
Yeah, Max's crash last year was sort of on him and
so weird.
Yeah, so weird.
Like a guy of his level should not crash like that.
No. That's why I'm like thinking about Max. I mean, he should have started the year with 2 straight wins. Levi got gifted that one, obviously, with the red flag. But
right.
To me, Max doesn't make dumb stuff happen. And in the year before on Firepower, his bike broke. So
yeah.
I don't know. To me, Max can be in there the whole time.
He can be, but he's got Hayden has to have the big goofy moment, and Max cannot have that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, Chance Hymas, contract year, factory Honda, though. Changed things up, went to Mesquite, rode there a bunch, not spending as much time at the Lawrence compound, just trying to find some fun again, family, things like that. It's a big year for him. Does he break through? I mean, he's got the Foxborough win, but come on. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you call a breakthrough?
A win and a bunch of podiums.
Maybe. Yeah, I think he can win. It's going to have to be the right situation. I think outright he's not as strong of a choice as Max and Hayden and even Levi. He's a great rider, but I haven't seen him like really stamp authority on it yet. I think that the Unadilla crash was about to be that moment, but then it happened, and now since then it's been just kind of bumps in the road.
Well,
I guess
Lakewood last year was unbelievable.
Oh yeah. I did forget about that. Yeah, that was good.
Right,
but yeah, I'm still like I need a couple of consistent wins to stack things up and get going in the right direction.
Look, you had a better career like Hymas, but I don't know, Zacho. I know you got 2 Supercross titles, and that's awesome, but I always thought you really shined outdoors more so, and I don't know. It's just, to me, you're an outdoor guy who got Supercross wins. And to me, now, Hymas is on this track of being an outdoor guy. And again, not comparing him to you, but when you watch him ride Supercross or think of him as a rider, Zacho, does any reason why he can't quite get the indoor success to you that pops to mind?
No, I mean, he's super technically sound, like technique-wise, and I think he has good speed, but, for me, particularly, like, outdoors just came more natural. Like, Supercross took every single piece of my brain and my body, and everything had to be right for me to be successful, whereas outdoors, I could ride kind of whatever. As long as I was healthy, I could do good, And I think it's just like that for some people. Like, it's just more natural to go outside, go fast, be in the rough ruts and bumps, and there's no particular reason. Like, it's just something you have to work harder at, one or the other,
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
And this might be an ice-cold take, but it's my take, so I think Deegan's the same. Like, he's not as Supercross sound as he is outdoors.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, he came on at the end of the year, but there's still some question marks with Deegs with Supercross and his ability to really lock this thing down. Outdoors, zero questions. Yeah.
Outdoors. And, having his background kind of always been riding Supercross, you've been seeing those videos since he's been 10 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a little strange, but when I watch him ride outdoors, he does some really special stuff. I'm like, dang, like that is sick. But Supercross, he I don't know, it doesn't feel quite as easy for me.
Also, his physical fitness is next level, which shines outdoors,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Fly Racing, code PulpMX to save 100%. Get. Check out the Get stuff, ECUs, data loggers, RPM devices, all of it available from the folks at Get and Athena. They got cylinder kits as well, big bore kits, 2-stroke CDIs, 4-stroke ECUs. Email us using the contact form on Pulp, and we will get you a discount from the folks at Get and Athena. ASV levers, seat concepts, Maxxis tires, all on board with us. PulpMX 30 code 100%, by the way. It saves you. Zach Osborne here on the show. I've been hearing Kitchen's flying. Kitchen's been flying a little bit at the test track talk. Have you got that?
I have not seen him. I have not seen him in a couple of weeks. When I did see him a couple of weeks ago, I was a little concerned.
Oh, okay.
But maybe he stepped it up. I don't know. I think he's a little bit of a mystery to me. I said it last year, and I still think he's pretty start dependent. I need to see him have one of those come from behind rides. I know he had one of those outdoors last year in one moto, which was cited a couple times whenever I said this the last time.
Mm-hmm.
But whole shot, he can win. Third place start, he can maybe win. 8th place start, he's getting a 5th place,
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that if you want to win one of these championships in 250 class. Like, it's so hard because it's so short, and any loss is just so hard to make up.
I think I agree with you. We had Nick Way on the Pulp Show Monday night, and he's like, hey, man, McAdoo is 100%. He's ready to go. There's no easing into this after a long time off. It's a short series. Got to go. He's Max. I mean, look, when you look at Cam's podium stuff, there's a ton of wins and podiums. The guy, it's legit. We just know the problem. We just know the issue.
And that's the thing, right? Like, he can win. He wins every year for like the last 5 years or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's there, but the same issue has been for those same 5 years. Wins, and then he's out for the rest of the year. So I feel like you miss so much fitness when you miss an outdoor season, which he's missed a lot of outdoor seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's got to link a whole season together before he can, talk about winning a title. I think he's capable of winning races, easily capable of winning heat races and getting on the podium. But I want him to string together a season.
Right. Yep. I agree. I mean, Nick's just like, Lewis was saying, like, do we ease into this? And Nick's like, nope, we don't. We just do the same Cameron McAdoo.
Yeah. Well, you can't fault him for trying, right? And if you take that away, then you're going to have some other issues. So I'd rather have that than a guy who is capable but scared.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the send every time. But it's got to cool down a little bit, make a season, and then build. That would be a huge build for him if he just hit every race.
As Mitch Payton says, we can work with speed. We'll work on everything else later. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not wrong.
Right.
It's not wrong.
A couple things switching back to 450s here on the Fly Race and Moto 60 show. Oldenburg, love Freckle, one of my favorite dudes. Used to be Cameron McAdoo of Privateers in 250 class. Smoothed it out. He's got podiums. I've always felt like Mitch needs some of McAdoo's send level. He's older. He wants to make money. He wants to not get hurt. All of these things you cannot blame him for. But he does need a little more, and he's got skills. He does need a little more. Send it. Can we work with him on that, Zacho? Does he realize that? Do you agree?
I agree. I also think that he just hasn't quite had the fitness level over the past few years to send it. I think he's been a little conservative just because he was doing the World Supercross thing too. And he told me the other day that he had done like 4 motos before the season started last year. And this year he's done, I don't know, probably 20 or 25. So he's in a really good spot.
Yep.
I think he's going to be better. The bike's way better than what they had last year. I know I've ridden it. I think it's a really good package. I think we're in a spot that's easily capable of doing what the boys want to do with it. So I think he's going to be better.
Okay, because where did you guys make gains? Do you feel like chassis stuff, motor stuff? Where did you make gains?
Well, yeah, we have a new linkage that's really good. We have a new engine package that's way better, like a lot better, like 10% better. Or more than 10% better.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a whole package. So everything's much improved, I would say.
Okay, great. Good to hear. Good to see the beta guys. Both Benny and Mitchell are good dudes, talented too, really good riders. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's riders that, there's riders that make themselves good, like Shane McElrath, for example, but nothing shines. But he's really good and he's a great rider. And then there's guys like
reliable.
Yeah, and then there's guys like Benny and Oldenburg where you're like, wait, they got something else. You know?
Yeah.
In my eyes, anyways. All right, last question for Zach Osborne, and it's Zach. Zach, what do you want to ask Zach? Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I wanted to know, Steve, and maybe get your opinion too. So the 16 is headed to Loretta's, and Phil's headed to Loretta's. What do we think we're going to get?
Are we in for Loretta, Zach? I didn't hear this, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is spicy. Oh.
So I also want to know, is Zach going to park his Renegade by the creek, or is he going to park his Renegade in Stagecoach where the good Wi-Fi is at?
What do you think?
Probably not going to get the Renegade. That's the number one thing. He knows that.
So we're let down.
Number two,
Let down. All right.
Phil and I have been talking, and yesterday he was like, I think I'm going to go to Southwick because it'll be harder for everyone else. And I'm like, Phil, you say that like as if you're going to struggle to qualify. Like, bro, come on. But, yeah, I think it's going to be fun in the 20 plus 25. I'm most likely going to race 252 stroke in 250A or 250 Pro Sport, whatever it is now. So I'll only get to race Phil in one class, I think. But which Phil also told me I was completely wasting my time. So yeah, I think it's going to be good fun though.
I'm looking forward to that.
Phil's downplaying his training. He's like, yeah, I'm just going for the beer tent. I'm like, bro, like, stop.
No, he's not.
It's not that.
This is great. This is going to be good stuff for me to talk about entire 2026.
I literally beat the shit out of him.
8 months of this.
Steve, are you giving another shot? You giving another shot this year?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
All right.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the call.
All right.
Appreciate
That's
it.
all I got. Thanks.
That's great. Phil Nicoletti versus Zach Osborne. It's going to be fantastic.
I told our other regionals at Muddy Creek, and I was like, we can go race at Muddy Creek like it's 2000.
Oh, he don't want none of you at Muddy Creek.
I'm not that great there. It's my local, but I'm not that great there.
Okay. All right, Zach Osborne here. Hey, quickly before we let you go, I got more questions about Tomac than Sexton, and I know they both changed bikes, but just the way Tomac rides, KTM shock issues, KTM team stuff, and the way how hard Tomac can ride the fucking motorcycle with the throttle wide open and the clutch in and his foot on the rear brake. Compared to Chase, going to Cowie, I do not put any of Prado's stuff on Cowie. I really don't. So I'm good there. I got more questions about Tomac. You?
Agreed. And I've seen Chase ride a lot, and he's in a freaking good spot. So, yeah, definitely more questions for me about Eli. When I watch the bike, just the videos I've seen online, I think he's gone with like a more traditional Eli Tomac setup with the really soft fork and the high rear, and it looks to work on the KTM. Maybe that's what that chassis needed, but definitely a bigger question mark for me than Chase. Chase looks really good.
Wow, I know. I heard that. I had somebody else tell me, hey, man, I saw Chase ride, and he looks awesome. And I'm like, cool, man. It's Chase Sexton. Like,
no, but really good. You know, he built this one track, and it's beefy. Like it makes me like be happy I'm not riding it. And he just dominates it for 20 laps, and it's like, wow, that was pretty impressive. So, yeah, as long as keeps the wheels on the cart, I think he's going to be solid.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Looking forward to that. Now, can the PRMX guys ride his track, or how do we get on that with him, or do we know?
Yeah, it's all swings and roundabouts.
The one thing I worry about, and I brought this up, was, and no hate comms against Jack and Mitchell Harrison and everybody, but like Chase does he need someone to ride with on his level or not? Like, I don't know.
He thinks not. I mean, I would have never been anything if I hadn't had good practice partners.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll watch him go a lot faster than those guys, and he does it lap after lap. So, and it's not like when I watch him, I'm not like, well, maybe that could have been better. I'm like, oh, how the hell did he just do that? You know? He has an ability to push himself solo, and it's impressive, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Anaheim 1 winners. Anton and I got ours set. It's not hard.
What were they?
It's the chalk ones, the ones you would predict.
Sexton and Deegan?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that hard to do to start. Anyways.
No.
Awesome, Zacho. Thank you for the time as always. You'll be on here each and every week for Fly Race and Moto 60 Show. Always valuable insights. Love talking to you. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks for the time.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
See you on Saturday.
Yep. Sounds good, Zacho. See ya. That's Zach Osborne, everybody. The debut edition of the Fly Race and Moto 60 Show for 2026 is up. Yeah. Fun times. Fly Race and Moto 60 Show. 100% get ASV levers. Seat Concepts, Maxxis tires all on board with us. Tits, man, just keep bringing it, dude. That's all.
Buddy.
I can't say nothing else.
I love it. Thank you for recognizing my hard
bringing
work.
it, man.
Yep, I will.
Marks,
Let's have it.
let's try to get better, man. Let's just try.
You know
All
what,
right?
Steve?
What?
For you, I will.
Okay, let's just try to get better.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. Appreciate it. Thanks to Zach Osborne, Michael Antonovich. We'll see you next week, but on Thursday, we're out of here.